Welcome to the channel, viewers. I'm Dr. J.W. Ayub, theologist since 1994 on the Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. We're in the life of Muhammad and the verified revelation structure of the people of the book. Episode 22, The Cost of Leaving the Islamic ideology structure. Most people imagine examination as an intellectual process, information, research, comparison, but eventually the pressure becomes something far heavier. Loss. Yeah, I said loss. In the previous episode, inherited loyalty transformed examination into perceived betrayal against ancestry, identity, and family continuity in the Muslim world. In this episode, the fear deepens further because once a Muslim begins seriously questioning Muhammad's emerging Islamic ideology revelation structure against the already established prophetic witness carried among the people of the book, the Muslim's nervous system begins anticipating consequences. Not theoretical ones, not relational ones. The room feels emotionally smaller. A mother becomes quieter during the conversation. Friends begin watching more carefully and more suspiciously. Certain subjects stop surviving public discussion. And the atmosphere changes before conclusions fully arrive, because the Islamic ideological structure no longer feels merely theological. It feels, for the Muslim, it feels social, communal, existential. A child once inherited silence. Now, the adult inherits the burden of deciding whether truth is worth the disruption it will produce. And that, viewers, is the hidden cost of leaving inherited, in this case, Islamic ideological systems. Not merely changing beliefs, the Muslims risking belonging, continuity, family trust, social stability, and communal identity. And the room avoids the conclusions about this altogether very carefully. Viewers, the Qur'an repeatedly enforces communal separation around belief structures. Qur'an 5:82 says, "You will surely find the nearest of them in affection to the believers those who say, 'We are Christians.'" That matters here because identity boundaries become emotionally reinforced through collective belonging itself. If a Muslim questions Islam, it doesn't merely fear what could turn out to be doctrinal error. The Muslim fears isolation, the loss of family language, the collapse of inherited certainty. A quiet swallow interrupts the silence. Nobody reaches for the conversation again. And slowly the Muslim begins realizing something unsettled. The Islamic ideology structure survives partly because the cost of leaving feels heavier than the pressure of contradiction itself. That is where conscience becomes trapped between truth pressure, relational survival, identity preservation, and emotional continuity. Yet the biblical revelation structure repeatedly warned that truth can divide even the closest earthly loyalties. The Lord Jesus Christ said in Matthew 10:37, "He who loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me." Now, viewers, that statement was not cruelty. It was revelation about authority. Who governs when the truth collides against inherited belonging? That becomes the pressure point now, because once emotional survival becomes fused to preservation of any structure, examination itself can begin feeling dangerous long before evidence is fully processed. The fan continues turning through the pores. Nobody wants to become the fracture in the community. Yet, beneath the silence, the unresolved question still remains standing for the Muslim, for all Muslims. If Muhammad's later claim does not align with the verified prophetic continuity already established among the people of the book, how much then of the fear surrounding examination is actually fear of losing the structure, the Islamic ideological structure built around the claim? I'm Dr. JW, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Like and subscribe to the channel just to make it look like somebody's watching these videos. Comment to educate me, and press the bell if you like the content, and do something kind and share the video for somebody else. Somebody might need this video, we don't know. In the next episode, if you want to come with me, we're going to move into the psychology of sacred Islamic ideological authority. Because once emotional survival becomes fused to inherited religious systems, authority begins feeling untouchable before verification has fully occurred. And I will see you then. Bye for now.